Hey, I'm Todd. Welcome to the Lyceum Weekly Update number 45 for the week of November 3rd, 2014. And this week promises to have more drama. But really, there's just a whole bunch of double-launched gigs. So starting off with Band of the Week, this week it goes to Not Good With Horses. They are sort of like a country kind of band. Listening to their song, it makes me think of listening to like old Mama Cass or Patsy Cline, especially the song that we'll be playing underneath the video right now, and you can hear it, and if you like them, you can click below, check them out, support their stuff, their songs that they have at the moment, I did all in one take, so I'm not fucking editing that, I'm just gonna acknowledge that I failed, and move on. Their music that is currently available has a few songs free to download, so check it out. If you want to see them performing, they are on Sunday the 9th at the Petersham Bowling Club in Petersham. Now on to launches. Thursday the 6th, there is a jazz album launch, which is part of the International Women's Jazz Festival at Foundry 616 in Ultimo. It is $25 to get in, and that is from Hannah James Trio. Then Friday the 7th, there is a progressive rock metal album launch, and that is happening at the Baldface Stag in Leichhardt, part of The Wall, and that is $15 to get in, and it is from Trollhaugen. There is also an all-ages hardcore punk rock 7-inch launch that is split by two bands. It is at Blackwire Records in Annandale. It is $10, an all-ages gig. Did I already say all ages? I feel like I already said all ages. It is a split 7-inch launch from Featherweight from South Australia and Mowgli. If that band does not do hardcore punk rock covers of the Jungle Book music, I will be extremely disappointed. You, I wanna be like yow, walk like you, talk like you, boom, boom, boom. It practically writes itself. There is also an indie pop singer-songwriter EP and single launch, and that is at the Brighton Up Bar in Darlinghurst. It is $10. The single launch is from Nick Saxon, and the EP launch is from Sleepy T from Melbourne. You can also check out a mix of an alternative indie pop and a folk single and EP launch, and that is happening at the Factory Theatre in Marrickville on the factory floor. It is $12. The EP launch is from The EP launch is from Bearded Gypsy Band, and they are from Adelaide. The single launch is from The Tiger and Me, and that is from Melbourne. Is that so fucking hard? If none of that interests you so far, you can also check out an indie punk rock single and LP launch. I told you there's a fuck ton of these double launch gigs, and that is also celebrating the 5th birthday for Bedroom Sucks Records. It is all happening at the Good God Small Club in Chinatown, Sydney. $12. The single launch is from Love of Diagrams from Melbourne, and the LP launch is from Marta Privates from Brisbane. Moving onwards to Saturday the 8th, there is an indie alternative rock single launch at Herman's Bar in Darlington that is $8 with Village Echoes. As well as an alternative indie rock album launch at the Newtown Social Club in Newtown that is $15 with Davey Lane from Melbourne. I just need to stop this for a sec so I can show you my dog's haircut. Come on, Phoenix. No, why are you running? Love me! If Phoenix will not come to the audience will come to Phoenix! Ah! Hello, Phoenix. Hi. Ah, good boy. Shit, now I have to get the placement right again. Then Sunday the 9th, we have an all-ages pop-punk single launch, and that is at the Metro Theatre in Sydney in the Lair. It is $15, and that is with Daybreak from Adelaide. Then a country roots album launch at the Petersham Bowling Club in Petersham. It is $15 with Les Thomas from Melbourne. Lastly for Sunday and lastly for launches, there is a hip-hop EP launch at the Valve Bar in Sydney, and that is from KWC. Now moving on to special gigs all throughout the week, it is continuing to celebrate the Sydney International Women's Jazz Festival, and they are happening between two main venues, Foundry 616 in Ultimo and the Seymour Centre in Chippendale. So if you're interested, check out any of that and the artists that are coming out to perform. Just have a look on the gig guide and look at those particular venues, and you'll find all that you need to know. And on Friday the 7th, covering the gig again, that is the 5th birthday for Bedroom Sucks Records. They are a Brisbane-based record company who are celebrating their 5th birthday, obviously, so they're putting on a whole bunch of indie punk rock. $12 to get in, as well as the launches that I mentioned earlier. You can also check out bands like Terrible Truths from Adelaide, Gloss, and Superstar from Melbourne. Also on Friday, the Music Makers Club at Oxford Art Factory are celebrating their number 50 gig, and they are doing so across both rooms, the main room and the gallery bar. It is still $2 to get in, but a massive lineup of bands, a bunch of alternative indie rock and pop, bands like King Colour, Magic Bones from Melbourne, Hearts from Melbourne, The Ruminators, Battleships, Polar Heart, Little Coyote, Sons of Alamo, Space Monk, The Desert Sea, Bosun Higgs, Lanks, Elsto, and Russo. If you enjoy any of those bands, definitely go check it out. It's only fucking $2. If you don't know any of those bands, just kind of click below and you'll get the entire list right there. Simple. Then Saturday the 8th, there is an alternative rock punk gig, which is also the label launch for X Records. It is going to be $12 at the Chippendale Hotel in Chippendale. You can check out bands like Sleep Debt, Julia Y, Mope City, King Tears Mortuary, The Friendsters, Ghastly Spats, Mob, and Destiny 3000. Much better than the dusty old Destiny 2000. There is also an alternative rock pop gig which is celebrating the first birthday of China Pig Records. They are a locally based record label who specialize in really cool alternative pop rock kind of bands, and they are celebrating at the Factory Theatre in Marrickville on the factory floor. It is $15. You can check out some of the bands associated with China Pig Records, as well as friends of them like Loose Pills, Buddy Glass, The Nature Strip, Reverend Jemima, Caroline No from Melbourne, Machine, Milk, and Lobster Man. There is also an alternative rock and country benefit gig for Aidan Marshall at the Roxbury Hotel in Glebe. It is $20. I am honestly not sure who Aidan Marshall is. It's very specific to the gig. There are no details on why it's a benefit gig, but if you know Aidan Marshall, or you just like supporting people who need a benefit gig thrown for them, then you can go down and check out bands like The People Downstairs and Key to the Highway. Lastly for Saturday is Yobfest 2014. There's a bunch of punk rock bands at the Val Bar in Sydney. You can check out Front End Loader, Rust, Headbutt, Beef Week, and Mass Hysteria. Sunday the 9th, really only one special gig is happening, but it is a big one. It is the Newtown Festival 2014. You can check it out at the Camperdown Memorial Rest Park around Newtown. It is 3 stages. There's a whole bunch of other stuff, a bunch of food, a bunch of art, all that kind of thing. But there are 3 music stages. The Federation stage, which is full of indie psych rock and folk. There is the Essentials stage, which is full of progressive and alternative rock and punk. And there is the Vocal Local Village and stage, and that is full of country, jazz, blues, and singer-songwriters. It is a massive list of bands. For example, you can check out Richard in Your Mind, you can check out the Morrisons, you can see the Upskirts, Day Ravies, Bloods, Sleep Makes Waves, the Brass Holes, All Our Exes Live in Texas, That Redhead, plenty more. So if you want to know all the details, just click below, you can get linked to it, and you can find out all of the bands. That is about everything that I have on these pieces of paper, so that is it! And you can check out the gig guide because it is already up on the website, which is www.thelyceum.com.au. Check it out, all the events and bands are linked. It's easy to discover something in a genre that you love. I'm kind of liking that term. I think I said it like 2 weeks in a row. I'm like, yeah, I'm sticking with this. Find something new in a genre that you love. Assholes. I'm sorry, I wasn't calling you an asshole. I was calling that person an asshole. As per usual, I will be on Radio Northern Beaches 88.7 FM, also 90.3 FM, or you can stream through their website to talk to Lachlan Wiley either at 6:30 in the morning or at 5:30 in the afternoon, talking about cool gigs to check out around the CBD, Northern Beaches kind of area. And then Saturday between 2 and 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I will be on Swar FM, which is 99.9 FM, talking about gigs more inner west and outer west. Oh, and the first Thursday of the month, this Thursday, I'll be on 2SER with Cameron on the band next door to talk about cool gigs I checked out in the last month, as well as important gigs to check out in the month coming. And if you want a cool underground kind of playlist of really awesome local bands, those are certainly 3 radio station shows to check out. That's about it from me, so I'll see you next week with another roundup of launches, special gigs, and news, possibly. Until then, be good.